Welcome, fans and collectors. This is Marvel and DC 379 with another review, and today we'll be looking at Transformers G1 Bombshell. So this is my very first G1 review, and I look forward to going into more detail with this guy. As you've seen in my previous video, I got this guy at a local convention, and I got him for a good price, for around $15 or less. And I'm glad to have this guy in my collection because it's my very first G1 toy. As I stated before, I mostly collect classics, generations, pretty much Chug figures. But this is my first authentic G1 toy, so this toy is gonna have some value to me in my collection, and I'm really glad to have it. Without further ado, let's take a closer look at this guy. He's a mechanical beetle, a rhinoceros beetle to be exact. You can tell by the horn. This is definitely G1 because, there's the rub sign to show his faction. Gee, I wonder who he is. But the problem is, he has another symbol. Sometimes I wish they didn't have the obvious Decepticon symbol for the rub sign to give some mystery. But oh well, I'm not complaining. We all know who Bombshell is, what his allegiance is. This is a really good alternate mode because it really doesn't show any robot kibble at all whatsoever. It conceals everything so well. You can't tell there's no robot kibble, no robot junk or anything. He does have wheels, so he can roll pretty well too. Very old toy, but it still holds up. That's why I love the Insecticons. Because some of the other G1 toys had their problems. And don't get me started on G1 Ironhide and G1 Ratchet. For weapons and accessories, he comes with his gun, but it doesn't store anywhere. It's not like the modern toys where they have portholes so you can connect it. But that doesn't bother me, I never display my Transformers in their alternate modes anyway. Okay, so let's get him into robot mode, and wow, the transformation is so easy. It only takes like 2 or 3 steps, so let me get him into robot mode right now. And there he is in robot mode. Very clean transformation. I mean, there's barely kibble. I mean, there's his horn, but, in the cartoon, it's kind of like top of his head, kind of like this. So otherwise, very clean robot mode. I just love this toy. Take a closer look at the head sculpt. My only nitpick is that, his eyes aren't painted red just like in the show. But, this is a G1 toy, so it's completely forgivable. Otherwise, very nicely done head sculpt. Looks just like him, looks just like the character model on the show. As I said, there's his gun. This being an older toy, the die cast is kind of wearing off. There's some rust, but I don't mind that at all because the guy who sold this to me at SatCon took very good care of it. It still looks good no matter what. And I'm really glad to have this guy in my collection. Articulation, pretty simplistic, swivel arms. The legs can bend forward, but not backward. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Size comparison, here he is with Dirge. And here's a Voyager class toy, Soundwave. He's short, but that's accurate. You know, I like the Insecticons to be short. I mean, if they were deluxe class or bigger, you know, that would be really out of proportion, out of scale. So, final thoughts. I just love this toy, especially the fact that it's an old school G1 toy, and I'm super happy to have him in my collection. And this toy is so great. In my opinion, it still holds up to today's standards. And in my opinion, it will hold up until the end of time. I know that's a very bold statement, but that's my opinion and that's how I honestly feel. I mean, they've re-released Bombshell and his teammates Kickback and Shrapnel twice because that's how well they hold up. So this has been it for my review, my very first G1 review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for future videos. So this has been it. This has been Charles, aka Marvel and DC 379. So until then, till all are one.